You may wonder why over the last few days I've had a sort of strange number of videos, partly because I've not been well, but partly also because my mobile phone was stolen. Now, I don't know if you've had a mobile phone stolen, but apart from the misery of the theft itself, there's also the process of stopping the original phone, getting a new phone, getting a new SIM card and all that sort of stuff. And my phone was registered with a company called O2, and I'd been with it for quite a long time. And it was a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. Most of the afternoon spent on Thursday being sent off to the O2 shop in Rugby that doesn't exist, and being given various bits of advice by agents on the O2 support system, and most of it being faulty. The most extraordinary bit I got today, a few days later. So they insisted that they couldn't send me. I got so tired, I said I simply want to leave O2 and go elsewhere. And I would go and buy a phone. And even that proved difficult, by the way. But yes, that's exactly what I've now done. I've moved over to EE, which is the other, the mobile phone section of BT, it seems. I don't recommend it, but it certainly must be better than O2. And among the telephone calls that I received today, that I had to make today, I think I was on the phone for another hour or more. And O2 finally sent me a new SIM card. And with that SIM card, I was supposed to be able to access the pack card that they had sent me, because they weren't able to send me a pack code, which is the code you need to transfer your old number to a new provider. They weren't able to send me the pack code to my email address, or indeed to dictate it down the phone to me. And 3 of their agents told me this on Thursday. Very frustrating. So I had to wait until I received a replacement SIM card, which I was to put into whatever phone I could access, and then automatically my account would be reignited, and I would receive the pack code that had been sent to me. Of course, when I installed that new SIM card today, nothing happened. And I rang up O2, and after a good deal of being rerouted, I spoke to a very charming fellow called Harris, who dictated the pack code to me down the phone, having ascertained that the SIM card that had been sent didn't activate my old number, and that therefore I had no way of receiving the pack code by a text message. And I said, well, surely that was the case on Thursday. He said, oh, yes, absolutely. So, I now have to wait another 3 days, I think, before BT-EE activate or transfer my old number to their system. It's madness, isn't it? Isn't it? And I simply find the process and the constant security checks when you're on the same call, when you're being put on hold and transferred to another department, you go through another security check where they send a code to your phone, which of course you don't have, so they send it to your email, your registered email, and it doesn't arrive for a very long time. And it's a recipe for a frustration. It's a recipe, I suspect, to try and establish who is the boss in this relationship. The boss in this relationship is not the customer. The boss in this relationship is O2. And I am so relieved to be out of it. Not that other phone companies are going to be any better. It's just that I don't particularly want to deal with an abusive and conniving, lying organization like O2. So the advice I was given today completely contradicted what I was given on Thursday. I would be really interested if anybody else has got horror stories from O2 or other networks. It doesn't matter. Let's just get them down and aired, because I think the more people who know about the bullying tactics of these mobile phone providers, then the better informed our customers will be, their customers will be, the public will be. And given the fact that mobile phones sort of rule our lives, we need to know. We need to know that when we lose them or when they're stolen, getting them back is not a straightforward process. And if you think having a phone stolen is one of those moments when you lose agency and you feel you feel emasculated and compromised, you feel very upset. It's nothing. It's nothing in comparison to the misery that the phone companies will put you through thereafter. Believe me, the phone company experience is far worse than having been a victim of theft.